How did you explain your military job to confuse civilians? Try explaining that you're an electronic warfare specialist to your grandmother. She thinks I sit in a cubicle sending emails all day. The confusion started at my welcome home party. Uncle Bob, 3 beers deep, asks what I actually do in the army. I jam enemy communications and mess with their electronics, I said. His face went blank. So you're like a DJ? No, Uncle Bob, I'm not a DJ. Cousin Sarah jumps in. Oh, so you're like a computer hacker? Getting warmer, but not quite. Then my high school girlfriend shows up. Haven't seen her in 4 years. I heard you work with radios, that's cool. My dad has a CB radio in his truck. I tried explaining that I operate million-dollar jamming systems that can shut down entire enemy communication networks from 15 miles away. She nodded politely and asked if I knew how to fix her car stereo. The worst was at my nephew's career day. Teacher introduces me as Tommy's uncle who works with computers in the army. 32nd graders staring at me expecting to hear about video games. I dumbed it down. I make sure bad guys can't talk to each other. One kid raises his hand. Do you take away their phones? Something like that, I said. Another kid asks, can you hack into Xbox Live? The teacher had to shut down questions before they got out of hand. Dating was a nightmare. Match.com profile said electronic warfare specialist. Every first date started with confused looks. So you're in IT? No. You repair electronics? No. You sell computers? Dear God, no. One girl thought I was a spy. Kept asking if I'd killed anyone with my cyber weapons. Another thought I worked for Best Buy's technical support. The breaking point came at a job interview. HR manager looks at my resume and says, electronic warfare. Is that like being an electrician? I snapped. Spent 20 minutes explaining signals intelligence, frequency analysis, and electromagnetic spectrum dominance. Used terms like counter RCIED operations and tactical jamming protocols. His eyes glazed over. So you push buttons to break enemy radios? Yes, I said. I push buttons to break enemy radios. Got the job. Turns out oversimplification works better than technical accuracy. Now when people ask, I just say I was a radio technician. Close enough. Avoids the glazed eye stare and follow-up questions about whether I can fix their Wi-Fi. My mom still introduces me wrong at church. This is my son. He did computer stuff in the army. The pastor asked if I could help with their PowerPoint slides. I said yes, because explaining the difference between electronic warfare and PowerPoint troubleshooting would take longer than just fixing their slideshow. The irony is that my actual job was fascinating. I could locate enemy positions by their radio transmissions, jam their IED detonation signals, and intercept their communications. Probably saved hundreds of lives, but try explaining that at a barbecue. People's eyes glaze over after electromagnetic spectrum, so now I just nod when they call me a computer guy. My old squad leader had it worse. He was a psychological operations specialist. Try explaining that you drop leaflets and broadcast propaganda to influence enemy behavior. So you're in advertising? People would ask. Military advertising, he'd say, with loudspeakers and helicopters. Last week, my neighbor asked if I missed being in IT support. I almost corrected him. Then I remembered the hour-long conversation where I tried explaining electronic attack versus electronic protection. Yeah, I said, I miss troubleshooting computer problems. Sometimes it's easier to let people think you're wrong than to explain why they're confused. The truth is too complicated for casual conversation, but every once in a while someone actually gets it. Usually another veteran. They hear electronic warfare and their eyes light up. Oh, you were a spook. That's badass. Finally, someone who understands the difference between jamming enemy communications and fixing someone's printer. Those conversations remind me why the job mattered, even if explaining it to civilians makes me want to become a DJ instead.